Welcome to the Global Warwatch Network.
We're your source for understanding the critical defense developments that are unfolding right now across the globe.
Get a load of this. Venezuela just deployed Russian Buk-M2E missile systems near Caracas, and Washington is watching closely. You know, that single sentence, well, that's a big deal. It sets the stage for a huge shift in the strategic balance of the Caribbean. A brand new and very potent threat has just appeared on the map. Today, we're going to break down exactly what it is and why it matters so much.
Okay, so what are we really talking about here? Let's get right into it. This is all about the deployment of a highly advanced Russian-built air defense system right on the doorstep of the Americas, and it's specifically positioned to protect Venezuela's capital.
And let me be clear, this isn't just some rumor or a bit of intelligence chatter. No, this is confirmed. We have analyzed video footage showing these systems aren't just in the country. They are active, they are deployed, and they are in combat-ready positions. This changes the entire defensive game for that nation almost overnight.
So, what exactly is this system? To really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand the hardware. So let's take a closer look at the Buk-M2E, or as NATO calls it, the SA-17 Grizzly.
In a nutshell, what you're looking at is a state-of-the-art mobile missile platform. It's designed to move, shoot, and then get out of there fast, which makes it incredibly hard to target. Its main job? To hunt and destroy modern aircraft, drones, and missiles, even when an enemy is trying to jam its electronics.
Okay, let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets really serious. 45 kilometers. That's its engagement range. That's roughly 28 miles. What that does is create this formidable defensive bubble around a high-value target like Caracas. Anything flying into that zone is in immediate danger.
And it's not just about how far out it can reach. It's about how high it can go. 25 kilometers up. That's about 82,000 feet. That means it can threaten aircraft flying from low to medium altitudes, which, is the sweet spot where a lot of fighter jets and strike aircraft do their work. And the missile itself? Whoa. We are talking Mach 4.5. That is just screaming fast, over 4 times the speed of sound. This kind of velocity leaves very, very little time for a pilot to react or for an aircraft's defenses to even work. Trying to evade it is next to impossible.
Now, here's what makes it so deadly in a real fight. A single launcher, what they call a TELAR, can engage up to 4 separate targets at the same time. This is absolutely crucial for defending against a coordinated attack, a swarm of aircraft or a volley of cruise missiles coming in.
And what's really interesting here is that a full Burkott battery isn't just one truck. It's a whole team, a complex, self-contained ecosystem. You've got 6 of those TELARs, the all-in-one vehicle that carries, erects, and launches the missiles, and even has its own radar. Then you have other vehicles just for reloading, plus 2 different kinds of big league radars for early warning and precision targeting. It's a complete air defense package on wheels.
Okay, so we've seen the hardware, but this isn't just about one piece of equipment. It's about where it fits into the bigger defensive puzzle. Believe me, this deployment isn't random. It's a very deliberate, strategic move.
And that strategy has a name: anti-access/area denial, or A2/AD for short. The goal is actually pretty simple. You make your airspace so dangerous and so costly for an enemy to fly into that they decide not to even try. It's about creating deterrence through a very, very strong defense.
And the system pulls this off with incredible speed. The whole kill chain, as they call it, is just brutally efficient. First, the Kupol early warning radar picks up a potential threat from as far as 150 kilometers out. Then, the fire control radar locks on for the kill. From that lock to missile launch and interception, the entire thing can take less than 10 seconds. It's lightning fast. And here's the thing. The Buk-M2E isn't operating alone. Venezuela has a layered defense. You can think of it like rings in a bullseye. They have the long-range S-300 VM for high-altitude strategic threats, and then shorter-range portable systems for things like low-flying helicopters. The Buk fits perfectly right in the middle, creating this seamless, multi-layered shield that is incredibly difficult to get through.
So the bottom line is, what does this actually mean for the U.S. military aircraft that frequently patrol the region? Who and what is now directly in the crosshairs?
Well, the list of at-risk assets is pretty much a who's who of American air power. We're talking about the workhorses, 4th-gen fighters like the Strike Eagle and Super Hornet, but also the premier 5th-gen stealth fighter, the F-35, and the primary U.S. standoff weapon, the Tomahawk cruise missile. And this is the multi-billion-dollar question that military planners are asking right now.
Is America's top-tier stealth technology, like on the F-35, still the ultimate trump card against a system like this?
The answer is complicated. See, stealth makes an aircraft much harder to detect, which shrinks the range at which a radar can get a lock. But, and this is a big but, it does not make it invisible. Once an F-35 gets inside that 45-kilometer engagement bubble, modern radar systems, like the one on the Buk, can and will track it.
So what about the other main approach? Using terrain-hugging munitions, like the Tomahawk cruise missile, which are designed to fly under radar coverage to hit their targets. Yep, the Buk's designers thought of that too. Its Kupol radar is specifically designed to detect targets flying extremely low. We're talking as low as 15 meters, or about 50 feet off the ground. That capability directly counters one of the main U.S. strike strategies, making this a very credible anti-cruise missile platform.
So faced with this new reality, how is the United States responding to all this?
Well, the immediate reaction has been a big surge in intelligence gathering. Reports are coming in about increased U.S. surveillance and reconnaissance flights operating out of key forward bases in the region, places like Honduras, Curaçao, and Puerto Rico. Washington is clearly taking this threat very, very seriously and is working to map out the system's exact locations and capabilities.
As Venezuela deploys one of Russia's most capable air defense systems, really solidifying its shield, you have to ask, what is the next move in this very tense Caribbean chess match? Thank you for joining us at the Global Warwatch Network. If you found this explainer valuable, please do us a favor and like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below and join our community on social media via the links in the description.